Last time on Mouthfuls of Mic Drops.
Drink this. What was that?
Basically.
So that's you, Cook. We have to talk about this actually after this.
We're gonna have a discussion of it.
We have a little interventions. What we doing here? Okay, so this random stranger that you drank out his drink, told you to go to another bar.
He said, "Follow me. I know where the party is." And this is so strange about the blackout. I remember buying like a strawberry cake and eating it and dropping it on the floor. So sometime around the middle of the night, we passed what looked like destroyed strawberry cake on the ground. And that's what stuck out to my brain. I was like, there's my cake, guys. And I literally think I have a video of me being like, there's my cake. And then Megan's like, that's not what we're talking about. But that's what my brain locked in on. I was like, I dropped this exact cake earlier today.
I apparently lost the strawberry sandwich that I gave up on.
Didn't. No,
And
that's not what happened.
This is the remnants of it.
That's not what we're talking about.
This is the remnants.
I was like, this is my cake. So like in my brain, I was like, I passed this cake before because this is where I dropped it. It could have been it could have been vomit, all for all I know. I was so drunk. But that's what I remember.
Incidentally, we did find those periodically on the street in the party district in Kyoto.
It was truly the party district.
Yeah, this is where the salarymen go after their long shifts of like 13 to 16 hours and try to forget that they have to do that again tomorrow.
Yeah, so that's what Megan wanted to do. She wanted to find where all the salary men went, and I was just along for the drinks. We walk in, yet another bar, free drink. We got a free drink, and then they had like darts and music, and they was playing like music and stuff. So we were like, okay, well, we'll just sit here and vibe for what is the rest of the night because we have no choice.
Okay.
Because the trains don't open back up until like 5 o'clock in the morning. The bar closed at 4.
Okay, so then what time was the time that y'all exactly got to that bar?
I will look at the timestamp, but I believe it was around 12:30.
Oh, so we're gonna be at this bar from 12:30 to like 4.
And we were.
More or less, yeah.
So are we drinking the whole time in this bar as well?
Yes, we are.
Oh.
I mean, I think I lightened up and just did beer, but
Me and Megan
not
did not get the
heavily.
memo to lighten up. We were drunk.
Okay, at least Larson was the adult. Let's slow down.
And enters in a very German man who I peeped from the start spying on Megan. And I even have the pictures to prove it. So I'm like, I see what's going on here. I need to set this up. I need to get my friend laid.
Spying, because the word spying is like, was he stalking?
He was like,
Or
there are
was he
pictures
like-
of him like looking over and being like, before, like when I looked through the pictures, I was like, oh, he was staring like an hour before he introduced himself.
Oh, okay.
And the timestamps will prove it. So I was like, okay, this
Ooh.
guy clearly is interested in Megan. Let's see if I can get, a little some, went to Japan, fucking Japan.
Okay.
And then
So was that one of the goals in the beginning of the trip? Like, hey,
no, not for me at least. Not for me at least.
It's like one of those side quests when you're on vacation. If I can get laid, awesome. If not, I'm still on vacation.
Yeah. Okay.
For me, no. I can't speak for Megan's intentions. Probably. Honestly, 50-50 chance. Yes. So I was like, I need to make this happen. So I'm like telling this guy, I'm like, my friend is single. Like, she's pretty cute. And then
So you walked up to him.
truly and surely.
Okay. I'm
I
just
invited
saying.
him to I invited him to sit at our table, enjoy our group, come conversate with our group.
Okay. So he come conversate. What is his vibe?
He at first was interesting, very friendly, very open, very funny guy. Core character, he does seem to be nice. So I'm like, okay, this is
Hmm.
exactly Megan's type. I know Megan's type because Megan's type is also my type. So I'm like, aesthetically, yes. Like, I need to get my friend some German dick. I was like, this needs to happen. I was setting it up.
Mm.
I was Cupid of love that night. You could not ruin my game. And
Okay, okay.
then an
And
argument,
I didn't track any of this until the day after, but go on.
and then an argument aroused.
but wait, so we're chilling. We're
We're
chilling.
chilling.
We're
We're
chilling for a couple of
chilling.
hours.
We're vibing. We're
Okay.
jinking. We're chilling. We're chatting.
Okay. Now Larson, how do you feel about his vibe? Is his vibe everything's going good?
The German fellow, he seemed all right. Kind of stood out in a bar where most of the patrons were Japanese folks at that point, and us three.
Okay. Okay, but you was okay with him coming up to the table and chilling with
Yeah,
everybody. Okay.
I think
Okay.
it was
So
about a
then
round of drinks, so that helped.
oh, I like that.
Hmm.
So now it's a couple hours in. Why did the dynamic change? What happened?
At this point, I'm not even 100% sure because I wasn't even a part of the conversation. So, Larson, I'm gonna let you speak on that because that's
Yeah,
all
because
you.
I know you at the table, Larson. I know you because you seem like, am I correct? You seem like more of the kind of laid back type a little bit.
I am.
So yeah, so I know being a laid back person, you do kind of peep everything. So what happened?
I'm not sure. We played a round of darts, had some drinks. Me and the stranger we found that led us to that bar went out to talk privately, and I can't remember the entirety of the conversation. But
Okay.
at some point, he tried to go in for a kiss after saying he's not into the sumo type, and I just kind of didn't let that happen.
Okay.
uh,
Good.
I am
That
gay, so it wasn't like completely inappropriate.
I mean, no, but the way it ended is crazy. Anyway,
This man is
okay.
also married.
Apparently,
Oh,
that
okay.
it was mentioned a few times.
He had a
Oh,
husband at home waiting for him.
okay. So am I getting this correct? Basically, he put a move on Larson first,
Mm-hmm.
and you kind of was like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay. And then so basically, did he just try somebody else? Now, when he
No.
put a move onto Larson, Meg, at that point, did you? I mean, not Meg, Jazz. At that Cookie, at that point, did you tell him that Meg liked him, or
So
Oh no, this isn't
this
the
is the
German
gay
guy.
stranger.
oh, the gay
Yeah.
stranger? Okay, because I was like, the German guy is wild, ain't he?
But
Okay,
I
okay.
wouldn't put it past him.
I
Oh,
mean, I didn't make the joke, but
I wouldn't have put it past the German. I will say I wouldn't have put it past him.
okay,
But we'll get
okay,
to that later.
anyway,
okay,
gay
okay.
stranger, kind of a mutual rejection thing. He got very upset. Um, and I
He
was like,
started
oh,
crying.
What?
He started crying and he told us that it was because like Larson maybe made a joke about his body and he didn't appreciate the joke. We didn't understand what he was trying to say. And then we end up meeting someone. Larson ended up going back to the hotel at this point, and then we end up actually meeting a couple. They were Australian, and the Australian was like, "Well, I speak fluent Japanese. So okay, let me rewind. So Dominic at this point is still trying to fuck Megan. I'm still trying to
that's
let
the
it
German
happen,
guy.
which is the German guy. I'm still down for Megan getting laid. So I'm like, yes. Do you guys mind giving us some time in private? I'm like, sure. I'm like, Megan, let's go over here. Let's go get a drink. Let's go let them talk in private. Megan doesn't even coherent what I'm asking her to do because she keeps interrupting the conversation and they're getting mad at me for it. Well, not Dominic, but the gay guy is getting mad at me for like trying to pull Megan away. He's like, I need this in private. Dominic's getting a little irritated because he's like, I'm asking you for privacy. And she just keeps going up there, interrupting the conversation, interrupting the conversation, interrupting the conversation. And I'm trying to pull her back, pull her back, pull her back. Because she still at this point does not notice Dominic. She does not care about him in any way, shape, or form. And I should have just stopped right then and there.
Oh
To
my
be
God. Okay,
honest.
so I've been around, a little tipsy, my little gatherings. But okay, I see that this is gonna be probably a part 2. But okay, so then after that, Larson leaves.
Larson's gone at this point. Yeah, Larson is gone. He took an Uber.
Because of that? Or did you leave because you were just done with the night?
Because of that, mostly.
Oh, I'm sorry. That happened.
I
So
mean,
Megan wanted to stay, so we decided to stay, which is why. And then we end up finding out from Dominic that his dad had passed away, and maybe that was reason why he was crying and feeling so vulnerable. He said his dad had just passed away like a few days ago, and that's ultimately why he decided to go out for that day, was because he really wanted to get his mind off of his dad passing.
And that was Dominic.
No, this is Dominic is relaying the information to us about the stranger.
Did not know.
So then they're still having their private conversations, and we're like, oh, we didn't know. It's okay. We're all here for you. Let's go inside. Let's get a drink. Let's hug it out. So he gives me a hug. He gives Megan a hug. He gives Dominic a hug. We go inside and they get a drink. We all decide to take a shot of tequila, and then we all decide to get a drink. And I'm like, ooh, look at this perfectly empty seat that's right here. So then I take a step back. I decide, I'm like, oh, let me go. Is that a bathroom? Let me go use it. Just to kind of get myself out of the situation. So I go to the bathroom, I come back. I see them sitting together. I'm like, I'm over here doing what I gotta do. So I sit at the different table. A commotion happens.
Wait, so you're still being love matching and love maker.
So I'm over here I've done it. I've succeeded. I was like, if I take nothing away from Japan, I have done it. I felt invincible. Baby, you could fucking got me a moose and a squirrel and I would have made that shit happen. That's how I felt. So
moose and squirrel crazy, but okay.
So a commotion happens. I'm sitting there drunk off my tizzy, minding my business. And I don't even notice it at first because I'm like, but then I see them rush out the bar, and I'm like, okay, my buzz at this point is already halfway because all of the argument and talking and the all that. So I'm borderline sober at this point, on the off end of just tipsy. And then I'm like,
commotion happening between you guys again?
There's just a commotion. I don't know what the commotion is because I'm at a different table and I don't really hear what's going on. I'm just kind of watching and observing at this point because I was at a separate table to try to get them their privacy so they can talk and introduce themselves and seeing if there was a vibe there, and if there wasn't, then they could go their separate ways.
Yeah, because you're giving them space.
Yeah. So I just see him run out the bar, and I see Megan chase after him, and then Dominic is flagging me down, and I'm like, the fuck just happened? He's like, the guy just ran out the bar and Megan went with him. So I'm like, what's happening? So he was still apparently upset about everything.
Holy
and
shit,
he wanted to rap. This is the stranger. And then this is where we meet the Australian couple. The Australian couple was like, oh, we speak fluent Japanese. Do you mind if I talk to him? We're like, sure, because we don't really know why he's upset at this point. We thought we squashed it. We thought we buried it. We thought we moved on. And now here we are again. So the Australian couple, the strange gay guy, and Dominic and Megan are all congregating in the circle talking about something. I'm not really a part of the conversation because I took a step back and Dominic took a step back with me, and he was less than polite about his words about Megan, which is why I was like, you don't have to be here. By the way, no one's making you stay.
Yeah, you told Dominic he doesn't have to be there.
So I was like, I appreciate you, you know, bringing us this far, but I can take it from here and we're going to go back to our hotel. And then we see a group of Japanese men walk up and they go straight to me. By the way, the conversation is here. Me and Dominic are here, very quietly in a private conversation, right? They go straight to me, even though the commotion is over here, and go, wow, you're being extremely loud. And I said, and you're being extremely fucking racist. And they're like, no, 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 no. I'm like, no, you coming up to me, because they were observing this for like a good 30 minutes. I was like, you coming up to me, dead quiet, not even a part of this conversation, and saying that I'm being the loudest person here.
Yeah.
When I could be at a whisper is racist and fuck you.
Yeah, because they want to say black people are always loud, but a lot of cultures try to. Don't get me started. Not doing Black History Month. Okay, Lord, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to do all that. That's too sharp.
I said, you know what, Dominic? Good luck. I've never seen this part. I'm out. I literally leave. I said, I'm going to order my Uber and I'm gone. I said, you can handle all of this. I'm leaving. Yes. That's where I threw my hands up to the sky and I didn't even know where I was going. I just left. I bounced the fuck out.
Yeah.
Dominic chases after me at this point. He's like, please stay. He's like,
wait a minute. But wait, hold on. So Dominic chases after you.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Megan still in that huddle?
She's in the huddle with the strange gay Asian.
And the couple. All this time? Oh my God.
This entire, I swear to fucking God, I can't make this shit up. So Dominic runs after me. He's like, I need you to stay. Please stay. You seem to be right on the border of sober. You seem to know, you know, more about your friend. He's like, please stay. Like, just don't leave just yet. I'm at the point to where I really don't even know what's going on and I don't want to be a part of it. He was like, I need you to please stay. He was like, please stay for me. He was like, I'll buy you a drink. I'll do, you know, like, just please stay 5 minutes. He was like, just give me 5 minutes. And I'm like, all right, I'll give you 5 minutes. Walk back up to the couple and the Japanese men apologized to me. They were like, I never meant it in that way, but like, you literally did. I wasn't saying anything at all. The quietest fucking mouse on the street and you walked dead up to me past the commotion and said I was being loud. So yes, you did. So I didn't take their apology. I said, no, fuck you and your apology. What you did was fucking racist. Flat out. There was literally no reason for it. I was not being loud. I was definitely not the loudest person on the street. You sat there and saw me observing. Because again, these Asians have been a part of the group for like 30 minutes at this point. They just kind of crept their way in because the conversation's so loud that there were just like bystanders watching it. And that's
so did you ever figure out what the stranger said to the couple? Like, did they translate?
That he was just no, because what I did was while the Asian or the Australians were like locked in their conversation, so we come back to the group. Dominic pulls me in. I'm like 5 minutes. We see the Asian the Asian man apologized to me, and I said, "Fuck you and your apology. Stick it somewhere I don't give a fuck." And then we see the Australians locked in the conversation with this Japanese man. And I said, Dominic, now's our time to escape. While they're not paying attention, now's our time to leave. He said, I'm with you. Let's go. We flagged Megan. We're like, let's go. We're going. She's like, no, 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 no. We can't leave. This is my friend. This is my friend. We can't leave.
Yikes.
And that was the worst part of the trip.
And then,
it's like,
so then we started fighting with the gay guy because at this point we're playing tug of war with Megan, and Megan's like, I swear to God, I swear to God.
Little tug of war, like Megan is
Literally,
like,
I am on her arm, like, let's go. And me and Dominic are like, let's go. Dominic's just standing there at this point, and I'm like, Megan, let's go. And the guy's like, she's with me. And Megan, being Megan, I'm with him.
you know,
'Cause
that's a
her
little
core.
dangerous.
That's her core. And I was like, Megan, no. I was like, Megan, no, let's go. So then eventually she's like, no, you're right. Let's go. So we sneak away. We snaked away from the crowd. We were gone.
Yeah,
Cut down back alley,
would,
cut down
that's
another
good.
back alley, boop, 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 gone.
That's a little dangerous. That's a little dangerous.
We had to escape. We had to literally escape. So then I said, I'm gonna order an Uber. Let's go back to the hotel. I hailed down the Uber. They walked me to where the Uber is. And I get into the car. Megan gets into the car as well. And I'm like, we drive back to the hotel. I literally have a picture, and I'm gonna see if I can find it orange spot.
Yeah, everything's gonna be like the little
Oh,
pictures.
everything's gonna
and
be
little-
there, but I want to see if I can find it off rip. Of us in the cab. I'm gonna search cab and see what I get.
Yeah, I've been looking up this. How you say Poco?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So I think I kind of want to watch this. I've never watched it before.
It's actually not a bad film, and it's Ghibli, so you know the animation's excellent.
So I found it.
yeah.
Off rip,
Okay.
found it. Let me see if I can unblur my video. So I have a picture of us in the cab of me being so fucking excited that I got this German guy in the cab and my friend was going to get laid. Look at that. Pure fucking joy.
So wait,
Hey.
so
Fucking
Meg
joy
hops
at
in
this
the
point.
cab. Meg hops in the cab and was like, "Yeah, you're right. We need to go."
We need to go.
How did Dominic get in the cab?
Dominic hopped in the fucking cab.
After
He just
her.
hopped in.
That's him in the little hat. The little hat right there in the front seat. Just hopped in. And I said, listen, I was still on my high. I don't even know why. I was still excited. But
Yeah,
then
he was mad the whole
I
night.
passed out in the fucking taxi. I don't remember paying for the taxi. Dominic ended up telling me the next morning that he paid for it. And I was like, oh, bless you. So they start doing their thing in their bed, my bed. And I said, let me go ahead and I was like, oh, look, 2 beds. What a magical thing.
Why they not in your
Hold
room?
But I was like, what a magical, I said, I think Larson needs a sleeping buddy. So I snuggled up into Larson's bedroom and I was like, oh, look at the time.
What's happening?
I'm so tired. So then I'm dead sleep within like minutes. I'm knocked the fuck out. I'm dead sleep. I'm tired.
Been a long night. It's been a long night.
I feel a gentle. I'm like, huh?